Hey y'all, let's do a reading, shall we? This is for the week. I cannot believe it is the week of Halloween. It is the last week of October. It's technically the 1st of November. It's bananas. I have my coffee here because I'm still dealing with throat stuff, but let's just get right into it. There's a lot of weirdness happening, and so keep in mind that days are relative. So when the energy and the timing is different depending on who you are. But the flow of how the week transpires, how one thing leads to another, the evolution of the week, that should be pretty consistent. So if you watch the whole thing, then and you recognize an occurrence happening, it's like, oh, this is what Rose said for Tuesday, then you can expect the sequence of events to follow that I've explained Wednesday through Sunday. So it's not so much like this is the day, but I do put place markers there because for some folks it will be Monday through Sunday exactly like that. So anyway, looking very much forward to one more subscriber so that we can do some live readings. That's going to be super fun. I will probably I'll probably be doing those Sunday afternoon on a schedule, and then potentially Wednesday evening, and that's Central Time in the US. So, y'all, I'm in Texas, right? So, yeah, hopefully that works out for a lot of you, but I have been posting updates on the community page. Any hoodle. Let's get to it. I did already shuffle because if I had to shuffle while I talked, I really couldn't pay attention to picking up the energy of when everything's set. So we're using this amazing Curious Travels deck here today. The King of Pentacles is the bottom card for us. With this card, I'm noticing we talked a little bit about a performative energy last week and how it's almost important. Most of the time we'll say, like, most of the time the view from psychologists and friends and family, the view of being performative has negative connotations. Like, oh, you're just pretending to be their friend, or oh, you're just, placating, or oh, you're acting out to get attention. When we put forth more effort into the show than we actually feel authentically from our hearts, normally it has a negative connotation. And I keep getting this the last like 7 or 8 days, maybe longer. You right now need, and by you I mean masculine energies, you right now need to be a little bit performative. You need to be a little bit, you need to take effort to show people how much you care about them, who you are. You need to really go above and beyond to explain yourself and to help people visualize what your intentions are, who you are, and what you're doing. I think you're not going to do anything that's completely false, obviously, but this particular King of Pentacles really gives me that feeling. So the crown is not resting on his head, it's floating there. This extreme angle to his arm as he holds the pentacle, this is very much a pose, right? This is posture. And that might be another good word for it, is like you need to be posturing a little bit. You need to stand up straight, throw your shoulders back. You need to, speak with authority. You need to make sure that your tone of voice is correct and that your words are correct. You need to study things before you speak about them. This is a very things could slip by you if you're not in this place, if you're not showing the world who you are and what your intentions are to be. And that means whether it's the feminine energy, whether it's a job, whether it's family, you really need to embody and perform this role that it is a little bit, I hate this phrase, but it's almost like a little fake it till you can make it. You're not really faking it though. You know that this is where you want to be, this is who you want to be, but you've never had to quite put your arm like that, exactly like that. You've never had to have your crown suspend above your head. You've never had to say the words exactly like you're needing to say them now. But you're moving into roles with the people around you that you've never been in before. So it's not going to you shouldn't be casual about it, and you shouldn't be lackadaisical about it. These are very intentional, performative, postured places you want to go. And I'm picking that up. These are goals, relationship goals, career goals, family, head of household goals. These positions that you want to be in require you to be this. Okay, so that's just the bottom card, y'all. That is just the bottom card. All right, let's see what we got for Monday. Oh, we have a return of my scratching his head orangutan. 7 of Wands. 7, 7, 7 of Wands. All right. That's for Monday. I am going to use the little animal deck to do some clarifiers this week because they're little and I can fit them on the screen. Yeah, I got a microphone. I got a lavalier mic and it's charging, so maybe even for my next act later today when I pull on friend or foe, comrade, or what is it? What is the title that I use? Confidant or competitor? Yeah, I like that better than friend or foe. It's more accurate. Yeah, there is a bit of that scratching your head energy here. So, you're making an assessment. You're making an assessment, stepping back, need to make an assessment, whether it's an assessment of what you've done or an assessment of someone else. You've got to do that on Monday. We've got the Strength card on the bottom. It's the 4 of Swords, the Hanged Man. Yeah. And the Wheel of Fortune. All right. Well, that I like. That I really like. So it is the time to do this, to be reflective, to take stock of what's been happening. Yeah, don't go too fast and then wind up in a situation that you're surprised to be in, right? Sit back, take assessment of the wands, take assessment of where you've been moving, the motivation behind what you've been doing lately, and you'll get a new insight. The Wheel of Fortune, this is very face card value of these cards. That's really what I'm feeling anyway. So to get a new perspective and to really see things for what they are, you do need to step back a little bit on Monday. And the timing is right for it. Absolutely. Now, how does that fit into the, your Monday isn't someone else's Monday in terms of the timing and all of that? Well, you'll just, if you feel the need to step back and assess, maybe stop for a minute, not return phone calls, and really sit and not think, okay? Not think. Don't think about this, but really feel about this. Feel about what you've been doing lately. Feel if your actions have been towards your goals, towards the greatest good, and towards where you want to go in the future. Feel about it. Don't think about it. There's some, the 4 of Swords is going to be illuminating, but that's Yeah. Be honest with yourself too, how you've been feeling. Okay, Tuesday. Justice. Interesting that I'm getting justice coming in as the external energy. Whatever that means to you, whether it's a feminine energy or a job. I'm feeling this justice for the, it feels feminine energy, but it's the external energy that's coming in, or the external energy that you're pursuing. I really get that the most. It's the external energy that you're pursuing. That could be a job. It could be a hustle. It could be part of your business, but let's clarify that a little bit. You know something I just thought of? How that's 11. Justice is the 11th card. And I wonder if people who are bent up backwards over 1111s are constantly seeking justice in their lives. Did you ever think about that? Anyway. All right, let's see here. What do you got for me? We got a couple flyouts. Let's. I don't. Okay, that's it. That's it. So we have the Tower, and we have the Seven of Cups, and we have the Devil. Yeah. I think more than anything, this is a warning for y'all. If you've been, if there have been things in the shadows, they could really potentially be coming out and causing someone to feel vindicated for decisions they've made or something like that. Like this could be somebody who finds out about an affair that you had, or maybe knew about it all along but is vindicating. I feel like for some of you this could also be you. And it's a little bit of a warning that you're not taking those Tower moments. So last week we sat in energy where there was a Tower on the table. I forget what day it was, but and I went on and on and on, I believe, about how when the Tower comes up, you really have to move from it. Yeah, some people have these Tower moments where they have these great realizations, and they're given information about their situation from the universe, or they're given a gift from someone else that explains their problem, their joy, their challenge, their obstacles, whatever it is, in a new way, so that they gain profound insight. And with that insight, the ego dies, because the ego has been built up on this prior knowledge. And then when you get this new insight, it doesn't always fit with your ego, right? So that's what the Tower is. Now you can stay in that Tower, and that's super destructive. And sometimes the devil will tell you to stay in that Tower. The Seven of Cups wants you to, again with another 7, wants you to assess this balance with justice. Assess the balance in your life a little bit more honestly. But then you've got the devil whispering to you as well, probably suggesting that you don't look at it honestly, and instead you just stay in this Tower. Towers are meant to be moved from. Towers are meant to be left in the past. Does that mean you have to leave some of yourself in the past too and rebuild? Absolutely. But that's what life is all about if you're lucky. So Tuesday, or whatever day this falls in for you, is going to be a little bit of a challenge, a little bit different. It's going to happen differently for all of you, but there's got to be, whether it's your person or your job situation, there's going to be a tower. Now, it could be the tower that you've been in this whole time. Did you have a tower moment months, years ago, weeks ago? And then you just stayed in it and didn't address and didn't change? That could be too. All right. Let's do Wednesday. Right. The Chariot. Normally the Chariot is pretty cool. Normally the Chariot, I feel like a lot of these cards, like seriously, like these cards are a redo of last week. I don't like to see that because it tells me that things are going in circles, and yeah, and you're kind of up in your head, and I feel like your energy is the Chariot energy, but you're not ready to be going in. So I feel like you're making moves. You're going forward to what you want, whether it's a relationship, a person, a job, whatever it is. You're going forward to what you want, especially if it's a love relationship. You're not ready. I feel like you're glossing over some things. You haven't addressed the situation that you need to. You haven't done the real work to get to the place where you need to be, to give what you need to give. And we talked about that last week too. And I said, when you make these offers of love, make sure that you're in a place that you can come through. Make sure that you're in a place that you know what they need. Make sure that you're in a place to give what you know they need. Like, don't come in half-ass and then expect to be doing the same thing. You're just going to make it worse. So, a ton of sevens. So we have the Seven of Wands again. As the bottom, we have the Hierophant. We have the Six of Wands. Yeah, and the King of Wands. Listen, the universe feels like she's inspired, okay? How about this? Because this is all brought to you by the Knight of Cups. All right, so she's inspired. She's inspired by how you've handled things lately, okay? She's inspired. The energy, the flow is very good. The consistency is what you'll need, and the performative aspect that I was talking about, like make an effort even when it doesn't feel good. Make an effort even when you're not feeling up to it. That's going to be necessary to get past this difficulty. So you really also have to be honest. Because this could really just blow out like that flame. That flame is not, it's lighting the way now, but it could blow out very quickly. So, I really want to pull one more card on this Chariot. So I'm going to pull from the Rider-Waite-Smith. Because there's not something that doesn't smell right. There's something that just doesn't smell right. I okay, so I'm almost getting this feeling that you want your cake and eat it too. Now, I told you time and time again, I said you can have everything, remember? I said you can have the career, the soulmate, the family. I've told you again and again and again that this culture that tells you to wait, to not try and be with a woman seriously and just to play the field for sex while you get your hustle in and while you make your money. I told you how toxic that is. And I told you that a real relationship with a powerful woman who is your soulmate, if you're at that level, that will amplify your success and it will grease the way to your goals. Now, so that's not what I mean by have your cake and eat it too. What I mean by have your cake and eat it too is you don't want to make a commitment. You want to go in, get what you want, celebrate having it, and then maybe do it somewhere else too. See that Hierophant? The lightning is really what strikes me on this. No pun intended. Yeah, I think this is lacking commitment. I think you want to go in and grab it and not have the right intentions, maybe. Let's see. I'm still trying to pull a card from the Rider-Waite-Smith. Yeah, this is very kind of like you definitely want to do things your way and you're not willing to capitulate and sort of go with anybody else's flow. Let's say that let's say that you're in a vehicle that gets excellent gas mileage at 75 miles an hour. And you just filled up the tank and you want to, it doesn't even matter. Like, it's a beautiful day. It doesn't matter how fast you go. And you find a highway that the speed limit is 75 miles an hour. And rather than just go with the flow, hey, that's the best gas mileage. My car loves that speed. Happens to also be the speed limit. I have no hurry to get where I'm going. Let me just go with the flow, 75 miles an hour. No, instead, you're going to go 50. You're going to go 50 miles an hour. This is like it's like to spite the other person or to spite the situation. You're not going to go with the flow. Even though the flow feels really good and you're like, hey, I could get used to this. I like the cadence of it. It's a good, I like how we've been talking, or I like how we've been seeing each other, or I like how this job fits and feels. You're going off the reservation. You're completely almost to spite it. Anyway, all right, bottom card is 5 of Cups, of course, but we do have one card, and that is the 9 of Cups. So the Hierophant is there because you have a little bit of Delulu energy around this. Whatever it is on Wednesday. And I've stayed on Wednesday way too long, so I'm going to move on. But my advice to you would be to just, if you're finding yourself coming out of this energy with this Tower, regardless, like any time, any week, any person, if you're coming out of the tower, you need to be reflective. This kind of energy comes from staying in that tower. You need to be reflective. You need to be responsive to the energies around you. You need to kind of pull back a little bit from unnecessary communication. You definitely don't need to go forward after. It's like ego death is a real death, okay? People, if you're going through grief, there is pretty common advice that goes around with psychologists and psychiatrists and friends and family even that says, well, if someone dies, if you're going through grief, someone dies and you have this, even if it's a terrible heartbreak, even if your heart's broken and you're in grief, it's really best not to make any decisions. It's best not to decide to move out of town. It's best to not buy a car. It's best to not quit your job. Like, you have to go through the thing, in this case, the tower, and figure yourself out again. You have to relearn who you are a little bit because your ego died. Okay? So if you feel it's necessary to grieve that part of you, then fine. But you have to rebuild it, and it's for the better. You're going to be a better person after this. So hold back. Don't go crazy on Wednesday. All right. Thursday. The Six of Swords, of course. Good. At least you're getting back into being a little bit more reflective. The water's calmer. You can travel. You can travel slowly. You can see the light at the horizon. You might see glimpses of who you're supposed to be. I've got a lot of cards jumping out here. Got the High Priestess. And yeah, the bottom card is Judgment. Yeah, good, finally. Just, if you could, like, you do not need this crazy day on Wednesday to get to here. That's not like a, this is just a warning. The universe says, don't get into this. Don't, don't rush in half-assed, wanting to be a fuckboy, wanting to have things your way and not make any commitments. All right, and I hope that whoever you're after in that energy says no. Because this is what you need right here. You need the Six of Swords. You need the High Priestess. You need to work your butt off. You need to get set straight on what you love and who your partners are in life. This is a season that we're going into, and I know it's hard with the holidays, but it's a season we're going into where you're going to find out, what your responsibilities are to the energies around us and who you need to stick by you and who you need to let go. Again, it's free will. And, you can fuck up if you want, but I don't recommend it. So, yeah, there's a lot of... There's a soul connection. There's a little bit more purpose on Thursday. Purpose and labor. Not labor so much as purpose and dang. I can even smell it. Purpose and intent. Okay? Intent. I think so. Thursday might be a good day to Thursday's a good day. Sorry for the edits, but it's the dogs. You don't want to get them barking. Hey, Thursday's a good day to just buckle down. See the light on the horizon. Understand that you are on the right path Thursday if you're doing the right things. Okay. All right. So Friday. Hey, the King of Swords. This is a tough week. I'm not gonna candy coat anything. I've got 2 of Wands flying out. Have the Ace of Cups on the bottom, and I'm gonna have this as a one-off. Friday, there's man, Friday's a little bit of a mess. This reads as an apology to me. It's just reading as an apology to me. But you have I think you really need to give the full truth. And the King of Swords is too diplomatic for his own good. Sometimes, making deals with the other kings and such. It's a little too intellectual for so much of the cups. Man, this energy just completely stumped me. What are you doing here? What is going on? You know what this energy is? This energy is the reason that I don't read it right away, because I've never been in this place particularly, but I know it. I know of it. I haven't lived it. I know of it, and so now that I see it, I can see it. So this is that energy, like when you're unsure of yourself because of that ego death. You're unsure of the relationships around you, and so then for your own, and I don't want to say this because I wish y'all were better than this, and it's really sort of rubbing me the wrong way, but this energy is someone who is trying to bolster himself and his ego by going out and seeing who he can pick up and mess around with. That's what this is. That's, my ego's been damaged. I'm not sure if I have it with my job, my girl, my whatever, because I have to rebuild myself, and that's tenuous at best. And here I am unsure. I need a little fake confidence boost to go out and bang whatever I can. But that's not actually what you need. Because what you need is the Mother of Pentacles, or AKA the Queen of Pentacles, which is a very giving, generous energy, and the Page of Cups. So no, it's not what you need, but the possibility that y'all on Friday night are going to go out and find some strange, pretty fucking good, and I do not like that. Not when a lot of you know exactly what you need, and it's not that. This could really damage you. Be careful, because when you're looking for external validation after the tower, guess what? It keeps you in the tower. You have to go internal. If you're looking still for the external, if you're going shopping for Louis Vuittons, or you're picking up randoms at the bar, or you're going car shopping, or those are all efforts to stay in the tower when you've already had a realization. Don't like it. Don't like it at all. All right. What is Saturday? Well, of course, Saturday is 8 broken cups. Hello. Welcome to your new life and the shit that you don't pay attention to. Ay. You guys. I mean, I'm trying to be optimistic here, because you don't have to do this. And certainly, like, how many people are going to watch this video? Like, so definitely you can stay away from this energy and you can just go forward, have the moments. But what the universe is saying is that the free will decisions y'all are going to make, instead of flowing with the energy and instead of having these moments of discovery and moving into who you really need to be, you're going to make free will decisions that jeopardize that and keep you in the tower. All right, that was fast. Oh, guess who's at the bottom for the 8 of Cups? The Empress. Big surprise. Yep. 8 of Swords. Ace of Cups. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh my God. So instead, after a rampage, then you have, I mean, how you read this energy is, how I would read this energy face level is after this rampage on Friday night, where, you know, you hook up with the first thing you see in an effort to make yourself feel better. Maybe she's younger, maybe she's whatever. Maybe they're younger. I don't know what the fuck. But then we wake up on Saturday morning and go, oops, my Empress is really what I want. And I have all this actual love instead of my, as my friend in Tarot says, dick chakra. So you have actual love and feeling and friendship and want this person with you, but what did you do? So you want to communicate it. And I'm just suggesting maybe don't communicate what you've been doing. Okay? Oh, Lord. I just got to pull Sunday. I'm just so done with this week. And y'all, the Page of Swords. Okay. All right. Doop-de-doo. Okay. Doop-de-doo. Let me start over. Doop-de-doo. Hey, soulmate. Hey, girlfriend. Hey, wife. Hey, new job. Got to get ready for that Delulu situation. Oh my God, you guys. Still sad as fuck. And the insight and the King of Swords still there. You guys, I wish you the best this week. I wish you the best. I'm sending you all loving kindness and all, but I don't know what is in the energy, or let me just pull a couple of, because the animal deck can be a little bit hardcore, okay? She can tell it like it is. Oh, light seers, Give us some good news. Give us 3 cards on the week that give us some hope into this situation and this masculine energy that is just so self-destructive right now. And they're in their tower moments. Should they come or should they go out of the tower? Should they move towards this thing that they know they love? Excuse me. That's the masculine energy that I'm channeling. Okay. Y'all burp all the time. All right. She does. Oh, okay. Just doesn't sound like she. Yeah. Okay. The universe says be a student. The universe says be a student of life. Learn, think, read more than you act. Okay? Sit, learn, listen, read, watch, record, journal more than you take action. I would say it's about an 80-20 rule. If you're in a circumstance where you don't have to act, don't act at all. Don't start any new projects this week. Don't do anything crazy. You should be thinking, contemplating, reflecting, and engaging in study. This guy. More than you are acting. 80% study, 20% acting. And I mean action, right? Action. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. That Wheel of Fortune is legitimately upside down, and my cards are always right side up. So this is what that means to me. You have a limited number of resources right now, and that's whether it's energy, insight, money, time, fortune, especially energy. You have a limited supply of energy. And if for no other reason than that, you need to stick to that 80-20 rule. Studying, watching, listening, making notes, journaling is going to take a lot less of your energy than taking action. Especially taking action where it's the wrong action. Because how many times have you done that? Where you've put a ton of energy into something and then it's turned out you have to do it all over again. You're not alone. I know these things. That's where it's coming from. So, be responsive, be responsible. Don't burn any bridges. Connect with the people you need to connect with. Text them back. Get them flowers. Whatever you need to do, but don't go off the rails. Use your energy very wisely. And don't be such a harsh critic of yourself. That'll keep you out of this energy. If you are more compassionate in how you view your actions, if you forgive yourself first, it's a lot easier to, and I mean really, not like just blow it over. Not like, well, I was young, I make mistakes, but deep down you hold a grudge against yourself, your younger self, right? That happens a lot. Like when you do stuff, you say, oh, it's no big deal. I was young, I was foolish, I was reckless, whatever. And then deep down, you're still mad at yourself for losing that control, or for making those choices, or for doing that thing, or hurting that person, that's not really forgiving yourself. I mean a full body forgiveness of what you've done in the past. And it might be hard, but it's going to be a lot easier to admit to others what you've done once you forgive yourself. I think if there's one, and of course, if there's one special person that you feel like you can work through that with, do it. Of course. That's duh. Like, how often do really special people who stick around come into your life? So definitely do that. But I have hope for you if you follow that 80-20 rule. This week can be beautiful. But it can also be a bit of a disaster. So all right, that's your reading.